Well, this is going to be the second half of our trip home from Miami. I should get home. Only about 6 hours left. We should be home pretty quick. But well, looks like it's going to be a foggy morning. Man, look at the colors. Definitely don't see that down south. I enjoy the fall. Beautiful colors. Hopefully this fog will lift here in a minute. We'll get to see some cool stuff. It'd be nicer if I was on the old road, I guess, but well, I'll have to say that's the third Buc-ee's I've seen on this trip, but I think we've had a lot of miles, so. So just north of Bowling Green, and this is Mammoth Cave area. A lot of caverns down in this area. I remember going there as a kid. They take you down in there, you know, and you could go, there's even like boats you could get into and go down through the caves. Oh, now we're starting to see the hills a little bit. I actually grew up east of here. My family's originally from eastern Kentucky. I'm from over in the area where the Hatfields and McCoys are from. I'm actually from Floyd County, but my grandmother was from Pike County, which is Pikeville, where they had the trials about the hog and all that. But we are entering bourbon country, that's for sure. I used to do a lot of bourbon hunting when I was traveling the roads. Cave City up here is one of my hunting hole stops for a long time. They always had some specialty stuff there I could find. And this is the season. The fall's when you go looking. That's when they do a lot of the allocated releases. Right before we get to Louisville, we'll pass through the Bardstown area, which is where Jim Beam and all those Jim Beam and Four Roses and a lot of those are there. So this is the real bourbon country right here. Bardstown, Kentucky. We're coming up on Louisville now, but like I said earlier, Jim Beam's is here. It's the road to Claremont, which is Maker's Mark. There's actually a big Maker's Mark experience here up on the highway up here, but the real place is quite a ways back in there. There's some pretty cool true crime stories back there too about Bardstown if you look it up. You get into the town of Bardstown, which is a bit that way. There's actually the Bardstown Tavern, the old hotel, supposedly haunted, been around forever. Keep thinking more and more this might be a good run for an episode. Let me know in the comments if you like it. We'll look into it a little more. Nice Corvette, brand new. We'll be rolling up into Louisville here pretty soon. This fog's finally going to lift here a little bit for us so we can actually see some stuff. Be an exit up here for Fort Knox. Where the gold's supposed to be. Nobody's seen it since the 70s, so. I guess we'll see how my DJI Pocket 3 works in stabilization, huh? Look at this line of cars. Construction's really got them backed up. I'm glad they're going that direction. That would ruin your Saturday morning, I guess. Well, traffic's picking up. Means we're getting close to Louisville. Yes, it's pronounced Louisville. L-U-V-A-L. I lived here back in the 80s. Traveling with a band. I was just a tech. Kind of called this home. There's the Fern Valley Road Ford plant. They used to build Rangers there, I think. Now it looks like they're doing Lincolns. But I see the air traffic control tower. My nemesis this week. But this is also the Louisville International Airport. Major UPS hub. We're coming up on the river, which means I'm finally going to be back in Indiana. Louisville's a fun town. The bourbon thing has kind of brought it up a bit, even more. But even in the 80s, 90s, it was a fun town. A lot of entertainment venues. A lot of conventions came to town, so bands could actually work. Some great food down here too. And here's the bridge. Now, downriver a little bit, it's the 2nd Street Bridge. Thunder over Louisville during Derby month. They pretty much set that bridge on fire. All the fireworks and everything goes off there. in Indiana. Home is getting close. This is what we used to refer to as Cementville. I think there used to be a big cement plant here or something, but off to the left here is a racetrack that I've went to a couple times. They actually do figure-8 races and school bus races and all that fun stuff. Nothing but flat road and maybe another fuel stop. Boom. And when you get out here, it's just nothing but small towns. Kind of what Mellencamp talked about, huh? Speaking of, we'll be coming up on Seymour here pretty soon. I'll give you a little clip of that. Seymour, the home of Mellencamp. Not such a small town as he expects, as he says, but you get a mile or two out of this place and it's pretty small. We'll stop here and grab some coffee. Another fuel stop. You know, here's what we got to do. Get off that big road, you know? Get out, look at these small towns. There's a lot out here to see. There's a lot of little oddball stuff to find. A lot less stress than that big highway. Believe me, you'll enjoy your commute a little better. My commute in the past 2 days has been about 1,100 miles, but sometimes it happens. It doesn't happen very often, but you just got to learn to roll with the punch, you know? As you can see, I'm in a rental car, not the Taco, but I'm almost home. But it's just outside the city. I mean, you're only a few miles in the bustle and the stress. You know. I'm probably looking a little worse for wear today, but we'll get there. So we're coming across the Great Plain of northern Indiana here. It's winding down. I got about 50 miles left. Take this rental car back and get the Taco back. Pay the ransom on it, let's put it that way. Out of parking. And head to the house and call this thing done.
Please proceed into the room.
Ta-da. Finally. Back here. And there she is. Been waiting for you, girl. Back to the taco. Man, it's almost over. 30 more miles and I'll be back at the house. Well, it all ending where it started from. I left here, flew to Orlando, did Kissimmee, did Orlando's show, did an episode for you guys for Kissimmee, drove to Miami, did the Miami show, got canceled, turned around, drive it all the way back home, and I'm back here in Indiana. And next week we're gonna start and do we're gonna head to Pennsylvania, and we'll check out a show out there. But if you guys stuck with me this long, I really appreciate it. If you could like and subscribe for me, that would be awesome. That will help us a lot. We're starting to grow. We're starting to get some traction. Let's keep these up, and I'll keep making them. Thank you guys. Remember, it's where the rubber meets the weird.
Thank you.
And away we go.